Yeah.
I wanted to chat with you straight off about the latest single, which I absolutely love. It's called "Didn't Want Me," and
Yes.
I love your content matter first of all, because
Thank
and I
you.
want to unpack that later. But tell us a little bit about this single.
Yeah, so I wrote this song probably, I want to say, I think it was like 3, 4 years ago. And I kind of have a tendency of doing that. I like will write a song and then hold on to it for a little bit. And I'm like, okay, I think I'm ready to finally record this one. But I knew that that song was going to be recorded once I wrote it. But I just had so many people in my life deal with absent fathers or absent parents or just absent people that were super important in their life that should have been there. And I saw that it took a toll on them. And whether they said it or not, you could just tell. And conversations with them just kind of all mixed into this song. And also, from personal experience of just not feeling wanted at all and just, having somebody there and then all of a sudden they're just not anymore. And I feel like that's a very real and raw feeling for everybody. And I just wanted to kind of write for that and write for the people that have been through that and that struggle with that same thing. And so, yeah, I wrote Didn't Want Me and I went to Nashville and I recorded it in a batch of about 5 songs. And then that was my last one of the group. And I knew I wanted to kind of put it out later in the year because, getting colder and the
Mm-hmm.
seasonal depression, it all just kind of comes together and works out. So,
Well,
yeah.
that's a brilliant way of looking at the release too. I had one follow up question, and I think you just gave me two more. Let me ask you the first one, the kind of the content matter of the song. I feel like you very typically for you as an artist, you talk about things that matter in your songs a lot of times. To me, that's being in Texas, it's very quintessentially Texas, right? Talking about things that matter. Do you have a hard time selling songs like that, right? Like, because it's almost like creative versus commercial. Like, if you're talking about things that matter, perhaps radio doesn't care about them quite as much. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I could definitely see that. I think, I've found that it's funny because some of my songs will do really well and then I'm like, okay, this is cool. People like this version of my music. And then
Sure.
I put out something kind of similar and they're like, oh, we don't want this. And it's like, okay, whoa, that's crazy. But um I think for me the biggest thing that I've had to remind myself of recently with my music is that if it means something to me and it's something that I truly believe in, that I'm going to put it out regardless because I know that there's a whole system now and there's a whole like, timeline of however it's supposed to go, but
Yeah.
I personally can't stand that and I think that,
Hell yeah.
I'm just here for music. I love music so much and I genuinely could not live my life without music and that's what all of my favorite musicians have done. They're there
Yeah.
for the music. They're
I
there
love
because they
that.
believe in it. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I there might be a system, but I don't
Well,
really
there's
care.
just so many songs that are that way under your catalog, like "Sober"
Mhm.
and "Didn't Want Me" is a good example of that. There are others as well, but I just wanted to talk about that. You talked about holding on to songs for a really long time. This is another follow up that you just gave me that's not on my list, but is that because once you record it, it's kind of final, right? You can't make any more changes to it. You can't it becomes a final product and then that's what you have to perform out live, whereas before it's recorded you can kind of shape it differently each show until you
Mhm.
find the right version, so to speak. Is that why?
Yeah. Honestly, yeah, that's part of it. I do like to sit with songs for a little bit, and sometimes it's not even on purpose, and I kind of just get in that writing habit, and I'll write another one that I like a little more, so I kind of push the other one off to the side, and then I might come back to it several years later. But I'm also one of those people that I believe that songs songs are meant for a specific time. Like they'll come to you whenever they're meant to, be released or whatever it might be. And um, so with Didn't Want Me, it just felt like it was time to finally put that one out and that I had, I knew that it was just time for that one to see the other side of all of this.
Yeah,
And
sure.
I also kind of just get in this weird space where I'm like, I don't know if I like it enough. I don't know if it's good enough to be a single. But then again, I go back on what I just said of like believing in my own craft and what speaks to me. Um, so I kind of just forget about some of them, come back to them, but also recording for me with these specific songs. Like I said, I went to Nashville, and so to go to Nashville is kind of a journey in itself because it's a long drive. I like to
Yeah.
drive, but it's like a 9-hour drive, and I have to plan the studio time and plan all this stuff while also like doing shows and working and kind of juggling all of it. So getting to Nashville to record them was it took a while, and that was kind of part of the reason why they took a little bit longer than usual. Because my first batch of music was made in Texas with my old drummer and a good friend of mine, and so we kind of were in the studio pretty much every week, every few days, and could regularly get stuff out. And I would love to go back to that, but I was definitely happy with choosing Nashville for this certain batch of songs that I had just to test the
Good stuff.
waters.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about the lyric video that you made for it too, because I know from following you on social media. Look at the pride on the face. I see it already. Like you made this yourself. This was all you.
Yes, yeah.
Talk about the process for that, because I'd love.
My
I saw the post about it, and it's
Mhm.
dope as heck, man. I love it.
Thanks. Yeah, I just knew I wanted to. I genuinely have always loved making and creating like videos, and I grew up watching YouTube, and so like editing videos was always something that was really special to me and fun for me. And so I knew that this one I wanted to have a lyric video because I like lyric videos. I like music videos. I think that music videos need to come back.
I
Like
agree.
I'm so sad about MTV. It's
Yeah.
so depressing, but um, I knew I wanted to make a lyric video for this one because back on the song being important to me, I wanted people to know the lyrics because you can make up your own lyrics. That's completely fine. If that's what you hear, that's what you
Mm-hmm.
hear. But I just wanted to have the actual lyrics, you know, for somebody to read off and know what they are and kind of piece together like, oh, this is what this song is about. And kind of just have that more emotional aspect of it and the dramatic aspect of being in the car and it's pouring rain and I'm kind of having an emotional breakdown in the car, and that's kind of what my actual life could look like if I'm in a moment where
Mm-hmm.
I'm feeling unwanted or I'm feeling upset, and I'm usually in the car listening to sad music crying. Like it's my real life, and I just took it and I made it into the video, and I worked really hard on it, so I'm very happy with it.
It's kick
And yeah, it
ass.
was
It
just fun.
truly is. It's
Thanks.
kick ass. Yeah, and it drives the message home, right? That's what a music video is meant to do anyway, and I think that's why people
Mhm.
are afraid to do them nowadays, is
Yeah.
because you can really fail to reach the mark, and honestly it can hinder a song if you don't succeed, right? It's a very risky
Hmm.
thing to do, and I think that's probably why they don't do it. Plus, I mean, the music video is supposed to be a special thing, right? Kind of like when you put a single out, that's supposed to be more special than you're not singles. And
Hmm.
I get it to an extent, but I'm there with you. I think everything should have some kind of visualization with the song. I think that's why the bigger artists are doing it, like the Billie
Hmm.
Eilishes and the Taylor Swifts. They're just putting out something.
Hmm.
Even if it's something that's looping over and over again, it's better than just having a picture to look at if you're like me and very visual with your music.
So am I.
Yeah.
I'm a visual person in all aspects of my life, so it
Mm-hmm.
just helps me.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I just love like sitting on the couch and putting on music videos and watching them. So,
Same. Yeah, I'm the same way. Exact same way. And I deliver food sometimes, so I DoorDash a lot. So,
mhm.
like between deliveries, I like to watch music videos.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm researching like for you. Like, I've been listening to you for like 2 weeks straight, just getting ready for for this episode. So, it
Well, thanks.
helps, right? Yeah, it's a tough gig, Graycie. It really is. Um, yeah, I think this is the longest we've talked about one song. So that's what's up. Good stuff. Let's.
Last thing I remember is that pickup truck rolling down the driveway, didn't even say goodbye. I remember my mama holding back her tears. She walked away, had nothing to say, and I left it there. I don't ask about him, no, I don't bring him up. We never really talk about that sort of stuff. He didn't want me, so why should I want him? He was never the man he should have been. And he had a chance to start his life all over again. But he didn't want me, so why should I want him? He left a scar on me for the